Hello, everybody. My name is Joe. Welcome back to Total Justice Gaming's newest series, The Weekly Spirit, where we take a look at battle spirits. We do some rundown and previews, go over shop tournament results, and I give a little bit on my adventure with the Battle Spirits TCG. Although technically, right now, it would be the video game, considering the only outlet I have for battle spirits is Connected Battlers. So, first up, what's going on with me? I am continuing to progress in battle spirits quite okay. I think I'm doing okay. I have been very fortunate to be working with the help of people in two of the Battle Spirit Discords, the Crossbow Vanguard Discord and the Battle Spirit Saga Community Discord, which have been insurmountable in terms of help. In teaching me the game, getting me some finer points, getting me more comfortable with the game. Um, I have been able to successfully build two blue decks on top of the white deck, which I'm slowly getting mastery of. I feel comfortable enough to where I can augment the deck list I was given by the guys over at Crossbound Vanguard. Again, I do want to wish them a lot of thanks for their time and effort into helping me build my first deck. I've already swapped out some stuff that I feel more comfortable with as I'm getting the hang of it, and it's going smoothly. I have built blue Chronos Golem deck. I'm not sure. It's the time travel golem mech thing. Names still kind of elude me sometimes, guys. My apologies. And I also built a blue golem deck, which is just, based off the Tower of Babel out of set 58. And I actually use that to deck out the computer on a level 2 deck, which for me right now is still very challenging. I actually made that accomplishment today and felt pretty good. Lets me know that I'm learning how to build properly. The Tower of Babel deck, I just kept sending out golems, kept getting them at their level 2 strengths. That way, the purple deck, which I was running against, kept depleting all my soul cores, or all my cores and the soul core. Excuse me. So after I set up like a field, and we got to a field about, I think she had 10, and I had 6, but all my golems were so powerful she couldn't swing through. Plus, I had Tower of Babel set as a mirage, so she just kept passing, and eventually I hit enough pieces to where every time my step would end, I would mill her for 10, and then I just won the game. Nice accomplishment for me. I feel very good about myself. It lets me know that I'm proceeding well in this game, which is something for me considering I can't read Japanese, and it's just me constantly going back and forth to the Wikia and bothering all the great people on the Discord of how does this work? How does this work? How does this work? What does this do? And everyone's been super helpful, and I can't tell you how appreciative I am of that. I am moving on to a green Inspector Bug deck because that's the closest thing I'm going to get to Kamen Rider, because we don't have collab sets in Connected Battlers. So I'm going to be building the green Space Time Investigator Ricky deck, which honestly to me looks more like Big Bad Beetleborgs than Kamen Rider. But that is what's going on with me. Let's hop into the previews. All these previews were supplied to me through the Crossbone Vanguard wiki. Please go hit up, or not the wiki, excuse me, the Discord. Please go hit those guys up on YouTube. They have their own channel there. They have been instrumental in helping me out. They've been very kind to me and let me use their previews and translations. So we'll be moving right on in. First off, we have Kiryu Sento's Secret Base. This is a Nexus for 3 with a reduction cost of 2. When deploying this card, your build, Cross Z, Grease, or Rogue is treated as having both blue and red symbols. Level 1 and Level 2, when summoning or deploying a build, Cross Z, Grease, or Rogue, this Nexus is also treated as a purple, green, white, blue, and yellow for their symbols. And Level 2, which is 1 core, At the start of your attack step, this effect does not stack. When your build, Crossy, Grease, or Rogue Spirit, when you have a build, Crossy, Grease, or Rogue Spirit, either draw one card or put a core from the void to your spirit. This is pretty decent. This lets us get out a whole bunch of colors. I'm not too sure why this needs to be treated as such. I guess for reduction, you can set this, and if you have at least one different rider from the build series, you can multi-splash other colors. I'm not too sure about that because I'm not too versed in a build deck, so I don't know how well that comes across. The second one I really do like is that your attack step, you can either bump a spirit up by a level potentially with that additional core, or you can get a draw. Getting more cards is always a good thing. Moving along, we have Kamen Rider Jean Cobra Genome. She is from the Common, the Beasthead, and War Princess family. At level 1 or level 2, when summoned, you can put a core from the void to the spirit. Then reveal the top 5 cards of your deck and add either a Love Cove or an Igarashi Sakura among them to your hand and return the remaining to the bottom of the deck. And during Brave, level 2, when this attacks, destroy 2 opposing 6 cost 6 or less spirits, and for each spirit destroyed, put a core to the void on this spirit. So this lets me know that this is just a really good card right off the bat. This lets me know that Kamen Rider Jean will be your brave Kamen Rider out of this, more so than anything else in Revice, which makes sense because her gimmick was Lovekov could turn into different weapons, meaning there could be multiple brave Lovekovs, or just Lovekov in general. I don't know what she would be transforming into right off the bat. I think her first one was the Warfams, then the Bazooka, and then the Scythe. Then she got Invincible Jean. But like I said, this lets us go get a Lovekov or an Igarashi Sakura. And then level 2, this is actually really, really good when during Brave. When Brave with we'll say with a Lovekov. We just don't know what it is yet. When it attacks, destroy 2, you get to destroy 2 spirits and gain a core. Like, that's really good. I don't know what your battle power is going to be when Brave with Lovekov, but just being able to get just nix 2 opposing spirits and get a core seems super good. Kamen Rider Drive Type Dead Heat. This is from the Common and Roaring Azure family. When your spirit is blocked, you can immediately activate this card. Burst. Burst activates after your life is reduced. You get the following effect of destroyed opposing 12,000 battle power or less spirit and an opposing nexus, and the effects of the destroyed spirit and or nexus cannot activate. After this resolves, summon this card without paying its call cost. And then on level 2 or level 3, at the end of the battle, we can reset the spirit. So this is so good. I love this card. The level 1 is fine. The level 2 and level 3 is where it shines. I don't even know if you need to bump it up to level 3 because it's just going to set itself after the end of battle, especially when it attacks, which I'm going to attack with it, just so I continuously reset a burst. I mean, that's amazingly good. So I would just leave it at level 3, and it's just 3 cores for level 3. That's not too bad. Not too hard to keep handy. It is 6 with a reduction cost of 3, so you can't just play it outright and then also set it. So, I mean, you get out 3, you only have to pay 3. I really enjoy this card. This, to me, is probably one of my favorite versions of Kamen Rider Drive in terms of this game. Honest to God, I really can't remember Dead Heat to save the life for me. It's been such a long time since I've watched Kamen Rider Drive. Moving right along. Kamen Rider Cross Z Magma 2. This is part of the Common family. It is a 5 cost that can be reduced by 2 in blue and 1 in red. When the effect of when summoning this card, all these symbols of your build, Cross Z, Grease, and Rogue Spirits are also treated as blue and red. Honest to God, I wonder if you can team this up legacy-wise with Nobunaga's stuff from Burning Soul with as many cards that are treated as rainbow. That thing would be nuts. Anyways, sorry, digressing. Its effects: level 1 and level 2. When it attacks, you can target and attack an opposing spirit. When you've done so, draw a card, and once per turn at the end of this battle, the spirit refreshes. Level 2 also gains the ability of during your attack step, your opponent can't end the attack step via effects. That's important. That means they can't burst wall, or half of White's attack end strips are just null and void during this attack step. That's dangerous. That is just dangerous. The targeted attack is actually something also I really, really like. You can get up there pretty easily. Cross the Magma is not too hard. Sitting at a 12k for only 3 cores is pretty good. At least I think so. Being able to target a problematic spirit, draw a card, and then go on to attack again. With the inability of having your attack step ended just seems super good. How functional it is in actual play, I'm not too sure, but I'm digging it. Kamen Rider type, drive type Trideron, again with the Common and Azure, Roaring Azure family. Once per turn, same name. I'm sure this means another Kamen Rider drive. When your spirit is brave to an exactly named Trideron, would leave the field due to the opponent, you can summon this card from your hand without paying the cost. Okay, so if your Kamen Rider drive is brave to Trideron and they somehow would leave the field for any reason, you can get type Trideron for free. All right, that's cool. Level 1, 2, and 3, Ultra Clash. So when this attacks, the opposing spirits and ultimates must block if possible, and this cannot be prevented by opposing effects. Also, level 2 and level 3, when it attacks, when the spirit is blocked, the spirit refreshes. When battling an opposing spirit, when the battling opposing spirit is depleted or destroyed, send two opposing lives to the reserve. Wow. Okay, so if you're braved with Trideron in Kamen Rider Drive, you get this for free. It has Ultimate Clash. And forcing the Ultimate Clash is when it's blocked, you get to just kill 2 life automatically. That's functional. That'll get you a game, win you a game possibly. It is also an A cost with a reduction cost of 4. I mean, it naturally hits for 2 anyways, but if it's blocked, it still hits you for 2. Wow, that's something. I dig it. Like, that just seems really fun. If I'm saying everything's really good, guys, by the way, it's because my knowledge is still somewhat limited, and I'm just excited to be able to read these cards and read these functionalities. A lot of stuff is going to seem good to me. Eventually, we'll get to the point where I'll have more knowledge to where it's like, this is just okay. Moving on over to Kamen Rider 1000 Arc. All right, from the OVA. Forgot about that. This is following the family of Common and Enemy. While you don't control an enemy spirit or an opponent controls a Dan Kurto Grand Walker Nexus, this card in your hand costs 1,000. Oh God. That's a nice gimmick. I dig it. This is a casting cost of 4 with a reduction cost of 2 purple. Level 1, 2, and 3, 1 summon, draw 2 cards from the top of the deck. Pretty easy to do. Level 2 and 3, when this attacks, send 3 cores from your opposing Grand Walker Nexus to the void. Level 3 is very easy to do. Being able, when summoned at level 1, to just draw 2 cards. Drawing cards is always a good thing. The attack skill is pretty okay. I can think of some Grandwalker Nexuses that definitely need their cores drained off pretty badly, at least in my game. Its gimmick effect is hilarious. And actually can go off more often than you think, depending on who you're playing against. So, this card in your hand costs 1,000. Wow. This card is okay. This is a utility card. You play an enemy card first, then you play this for cheap. Get your draw 2. And then, honestly, I would just play for the draw 2 effect more than I would the depleting the Grandwalker Nexus of its cores. But, that's also really good. But drawing is drawing. Moving on over, we got... Okay, bear with me, guys. Ongeki Zofukuken Arm Saber. Or just Exalted Sword Arm Saber. I think I said that right. So this is a Brave ability. This is a Brave card. When this is revealed from your deck by your Common and Ogre family or Machine and Machine Beast family effect added to your hand. Brave condition is Hibiki and a cost of 3 or more. During Brave, you have Flash when this attacks or blocks. Once per turn, you can use the Excel effect of a Machine and Beast family from your hand without paying the cost. During Brave, while Brave to arm Hibiki, this card gains 2 purple spirit symbols. Or 2 purple symbols. So, okay, a lot to go through here. You have to be able to Brave to Hibiki for it to be braved. The Flash effect seems very good. Honestly, I am a little lackluster in the knowledge of Excel effects because I'm still learning that in the game. So I can't judge honestly on this effect. The second effect of during Brave, when Brave to arm Hibiki, being able to hit for potentially 3 life cores. However, that's amazing. And very easy to do. It's a casting cost of 4 with a reduction of 3, meaning it's very easy to get this out. It gives plus 3,000 power. 5,000 power for its Brave ability, and on its own, it's a 3,000 power. I dig it. A very specific requirements, which is not too bad, but being able to hit for 3 life cores a swing, that's really good. My only complaint is, just for me personally, I have noticed a lot of Braves, at least in the stuff that I use. A lot of Braves like to refresh their spirit. This one doesn't, so it could just be okay. But like I said, I'm looking at it from a very new perspective. I think it's okay. I just think it's very, very specific, so this could be a bit restricted. I mean, granted, you will be building this around a whole potentially Hibiki deck, so that may not be an issue. But in order to get the Brave ability, it has to be Brave to armed Hibiki, even more specific. So we'll go from there. I think it's fine. Kamen Rider Chaser Type Mach? Well, that's not right. This is just Kamen Rider Chaser. Or Kamen Rider Mach. Maybe I'm wrong. It's been such a long time since I've seen Kamen Rider Drive. Anyways, moving along. This is from the Common family with Roaring Azure. Flash during either attack step. Advent. Common or Roaring Azure. And a cost of 6 or more. Once per turn, same name. If there's any other chaser in your trash, you can advent this card from your hand, treating the soul core as being sent to the trash. Level 1, 2, and 3, when advented. Destroy any number of opposing spirits with a total cost of 2 symbols. Or level 1, 2, and 3. Level 2 and 3, when an opposing spirit is destroyed, draw a card. I actually don't know what to say on this one. I mean, you can advent this card from the hand. Just with if there's any chaser in your trash. So this is probably Kamen Rider, just straight up Kamen Rider mock. You could probably get for its effects. You could probably destroy 1 to 2 spirits, and then potentially draw 2 cards during the attack step. But it's got to be advented during the attack step for the level 2 and level 3 to activate. Honestly, I'm not too sure. I'll just say this is okay. I don't really deal with a lot of advent stuff at the moment. I deal with a ton of Tensei, though. Not a lot of advent. Plus, advent is Tensei. I don't think so. Just seems okay. Only hits for 1 symbol. 7 casting costs with a reduction of 4, so you can play it at a 3 of. I mean, you don't get the level. You don't get the good ability unless it advents, but you do get an ability of during either attack step when an opposing spirit is destroyed, draw a card. So that even just sitting there at a level 2 for 2 cores for a 10k is not bad. You can use effects and destroy it because it doesn't say it has to destroy it. It just says opposing spirits are destroyed. Draw a card. This could potentially lead to a lot of card draw because this is in a red deck. So just play removal and profit from drawing. So it's okay. Kamen Rider Veil. This is from the Kamen family and Beasthead family. Level 1 or level 2, when summoned, destroy an opposing spirit with 3 cores or less. When it destroys it, draw a card. In level 2, when it attacks, you can destroy an enemy family spirit you control. When you do, your opponent destroys a spirit they control. This is kind of rough. I don't know how I feel about this. Especially considering Velo really didn't play as big a role in Revice, or at least Kamen Rider Veil himself. Didn't really play a whole role in it, and he was built up so well. In terms of this card, its effects. The first one, the summon effect. That's good. Being able to just pop something with 3 cores, that's potentially a level 2 or sometimes a level 3, but not always, mostly a level 2. So we get to destroy an opposing spirit at level 2 and draw a card. Good. The second effect, when it attacks, destroy an enemy family card you control. I do not know what the rest of this deck looks like, so maybe you can profit off of destroying other cards with enemy in the family. When doing so, the opponent destroys. That's the downside on this that I don't like. You have to pop something, and then the opponent chooses. You don't get to choose what gets destroyed. The opponent does, and they're just going to pop their weakest card that doesn't really do anything for them. It's just they're there for the annoying swing. So that doesn't really do much for you. Like the summoning effect seems like the best one. Honestly, if I were to use him, I'd just bring him in at level 1 to get the effect, get the draw, and then use him as a blocker. Like, he just doesn't seem like the level 2 effect just doesn't seem worth it. Level 1, absolutely. Level 2, no. So he's just okay. All right, Henshin, Kamen Rider build. He is a Grand Walker and a common family. He is a Grand Walker Nexus. Core change. Build Cross Z, Grease, Rogue, and a cost of 3 or more. Level 1 or level 2. Grand Field. While you are summoning a build Cross Z, Grease, or Rogue, this Nexus symbols can be treated as purple, green, white, yellow, and blue. Grand Skill level 5, which I mean, believe that, yep, right there for me to read. Flash, during either attack step, send 5 cards in this Nexus to the void. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Destroy an opposing spirit with an equal or less cost of the total number of revealed cards. Then summon a common family card from among the revealed cards by paying the cost of 1. All remaining cards are discarded. So we can, for 5 soul cores, look at the top 2, destroy potentially 2, Then summon a Kamen Rider regardless of the cost for paying cost of 1. And everything else is discarded. That seems pretty good. I don't know how much soul gathering or core gathering you're able to do, or excuse me, core acceleration you're able to pull off with blue and red. Well, there are green stuff, so we could probably splash this in since this technically counts when you summon one of them. So one of them must be green. So you might have some green mana wrap that you could put into this, maybe. I am not too sure. Seems fine to me. For a Grandwalker Nexus skill, you get to destroy potentially 2 things and then summon any Kamen Rider in your hand with for a cost of 1. That definitely cuts down on the cost for some of the expensive riders. I don't know if reduction counts as part of that cost or not, though. Seems fine to me. I am really interested to see if you can combine some of this stuff with that Nobunaga deck, since it's always looking to be able to control multicolored cores. Moving on over, Kamen Rider Holy Lie. This is with the Kamen and Beasthead family. When summoning this card, by sending all cores from a Kamen Rider Evil you control to the trash, this costs 0. Okay, so this is like a form change thing. That's cool. Level 1 and 2, and then when summoned, draw 2, discard 1. That's fine. That's cool. And level 2, when it attacks, refresh the spirit. Okay, so you're an attacker that can become a blocker. You get a free alternate cost, which becomes 0 just from playing Kamen Rider Evil, and a draw 2, discard 1. I like it. This seems good. That's good. That's really good. I mean, what more can I say on this? You get an attacker that becomes a blocker, an alternate casting cost, draw, and it refreshes. So nothing but win here. All right, Kamen Rider Gen Muso Gamer, part of the Kamen Beast, Puppet Beast, and Enemy family. Static effect of when your life would be reduced by an opposing effect by paying 1 cost to summon this card from your hand, your life won't be reduced. Okay, well, it's white and purple, so that makes sense. Level 1, 2, and 3. When this attacks or blocks during this battle, the spirit cannot be destroyed by the opponent and your life can't be reduced. Seems good. Level 2 and level 3. All your enemy family spirits are unaffected by opposing spirit and magic effects. Okay, that's the part that makes this super good. Dan Kuruto, Master of Overpoweredness. I don't know how overpowered this technically is. We get an alternate casting. We get an alternate cast cost. That's good. Spirits can't be destroyed. During this battle, it can't be destroyed, and your life can't be reduced. Okay. So I misread that a little, or misunderstood that a little bit in my head. So when attacks or blocks during this battle, this spirit cannot be destroyed by the opponent, meaning bursts can't happen. Even if you block something that's got a higher BP, you can't be destroyed. And if they have a burn effect, the burn effect doesn't trigger. That's good. Level 2 or 3, just get to level 2 or 3. Your enemy spirits can't be affected by opposing spirits or magic. I wonder if that also counts as burst. Well, yeah, because it's just a burst spell. Spell under flash timing with burst. So yeah, you should guard you from that. If I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, guys. Seems okay. This should be. Oh, this is only an M rare. I thought this would be an X rare for like the Dan Curto deck. I approve. Kamen Rider Geats, Magnum Boost Form. Mirage set for a cost of 1. You can set this Mirage during set and flash during either attack step. Once per turn by paying 2 cores Destroy an opposing BP with a cost of 5k or less. Spirit. Destroy a spirit with a BP of 5k or less. I can read. I promise. During set, when you set this Mirage. During the opposing set. While it's set as a Mirage during the opposing step. When the opponent reduces your life, you can summon this Mirage without paying its cost. Oh, okay. So we can set this. We can summon the Mirage We can summon this Mirage with pains. Okay. Okay. Got a little confused on the wording here. So while it's set as a Mirage during the opponent's attack step, when your life would be reduced, you can summon the Mirage without paying the cost. Gotcha. Level 2 and level 3, when this attacks, put a core for the void on the spirit or draw a card. So as a Mirage, we just pay 2 and blow something that's 5k or less up. Meaning we remove blockers or we potentially remove attackers. During the set, we can also summon it, regardless of cost, giving us a free blocker. And at level 2 or level 3, when it attacks or blocks, it can bump up its own core value or let you draw a card. I would say this is good. I'm not too sure. Seems pretty fairly costed for its Mirage effect. Again, gives you a free blocker for the cost of 1. When it blocks, you can bump it up to level 2, meaning it'll go from 3k to 5k just for the block, or you can draw a card. I guess this is really good. I mean, it does a whole lot for not a whole lot, which I believe is always a good thing in this game, at least from what I've been seeing. I mean, it's a 3 cost with a reduction cost of 1, depending on if it's red or white. So it's good. Moving on over to tournament stuff, guys. This is tournament deck profile winners from the time span of August 29th to September 4th. All tournaments included in this bracket system are with 6 players or more. Decks included where the champions reveal at least 2/3 of their deck list. All Kamen Rider decks, with the exception of Show, are categorized under one category, represented by Omazeo. All Divas are represented by Lily. Archetypes in Pi with 3 or less are not numbered, while archetypes that did not enter the charts last week would not have their representing illustration shown. Sample size is 81, so 81 players, or 81 tournament winners. I'm unsure on that one. First place, 11%, is Mystery Contract. Second place is Cloud Contract. Third place is Incarnate. Co-opting fourth at 6% is Thunder Contract Green Control. Fifth place is at 5% with Flame Contract, excuse me. And then co-opting sixth place at 4% is White Advent, Purple Ava, Blood Contract, Amaterasu, Red Ava, with honorable mentions going to Azure Wave, Armored Spirit, Purple Nova, Silver Zero, Green Primal, Iron Machine Gotcha, my personal deck, and Terra Galaxian. First week of New Toy Syndrome brings Mystery Contract, Gitaru with old supports, and Incarnate decks caught a lot of people off guard. Everyone else is in the balance as the game should be. And that does it for this week, guys. I will end it here. Go back to the title screen. Thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you to the Crossbone Vanguard guys for these previews and letting me use their material. Come back next week, and we will give a whole new rundown of previews. I think we're starting to get some Ultraman stuff for the next collab set, and hopefully the next stuff for the next set's going to start dropping soon. Until then, guys, I'm Joe, and we will take it from the life.